We have been replaced by an artificial connection that has isolated our humanity. These so-called screens have stolen our souls and left us rotting in loneliness. These tech gods have manipulated our minds, and now, now they will pay. Welcome to Fright Fest!
And good morning, everyone. This is kind of a recap of the weekend, along with some new rules and stuff. This is kind of your survival guide if you want to come here. So there's new park policy. Right here, as you can see, there's a bag policy after 6 p.m. Now, before 6, you can bring anything in. So if you're an annual pass holder, and as long as you're getting before 6, just make sure, like I would get in 10 minutes before that just to make sure you have a grace period. But basically, if you're coming in, make sure you have a bag policy, make sure you know the costume rules, make sure you understand that there's no re-entry this year. Once you enter, that's it. You've entered the park and that's the end of it. So you can go through security here, make sure you have the proper bag. If it's after 6, no re-entry and all of that, and you're going to enter Fright Fest. And basically, you have to pick up a wristband, no matter who you are. If you want to do the houses, you must pick up a wristband. One of the locations is right when you enter the park. To the right, you just keep going. You'll see a big old line area here, kind of where I'm going right now. Past the fountain here, to your right of the fountain. So if you keep going, so not left, but this way, yeah, you keep going towards that big tower that way, you'll see a line area set up. That's where, right here, you'll be able to pick up your attraction stuff. There's also one near the Conjuring, which is over near Katie's Kettle, which is over near the Rapids Ride in Tatsu as well. That's another location you can go to and pick up a wristband here. They're about $25 a day or $100 if it's a express one. And then, yeah, you can go off from there. The shows and the scare zones, all free along with the rides if you're an annual pass holder passing through. But if you want to do any of the houses, that will cost extra, but everything else is a part of it. There is merch you can pick up as well. They have this new merch shop that you can go into. There's a couple of them around. They're all boo necklaces, but I'm gonna be honest, if you have that, that's only useful in the scare zones. You can't use them in the houses. And I don't know why you're here if you don't want to get scared. But, you know, once again, I guess to each their own in that fact. We're also showing off there is some merch from last year. There's no Stranger Things this year, but there is merch from last year and 60% off. I got a jacket over here with my discount for like $21 for Vecna. Pretty cool. Like, Vecna's probably one of my, you know, the coolest, if not, he has to be the coolest villain in that show, I would say. But yeah, there's like, there's a bunch of stuff here. Like, yeah, let me show if I show this right now. But yeah, there's a Vecna jacket, shirt. I got it for like $21 basically. So for you, it might be like $25. But yeah, everything's about 60% off there. So yeah, go check it out. And they also have some cool new t-shirts, including this design of a couple of the classic houses here. These are all the non-IP houses that you can do. I would recommend them. They're all fun. And yeah, definitely enjoy them because some of them might be going away, including Willoughby's. Carnage is brand new, so I highly doubt that one's going anywhere. But yeah, let's continue on with the video. And yeah, there's our friend Sam. He's kind of one of the icons here. I'll take Carnage and Sam this year are the icons. Sam was kind of one last year. Sam was from Trick or Treat. And yeah, let's go through here. And yeah, this is before the ceremony. You want to line up early if you want a front row spot. I don't know. It depends on the night, but at least half an hour, I would say, to get like a front row. I was front row center. I was there for like an hour-ish, so probably 40 plus minutes for that spot if you really want like the middle area. But for most people, you're gonna just want to come like maybe half an hour early if possible, so around like 6:30. So we'll see how they do it on days when they open later and all that. But right now, if you're coming on a weekend day like a Friday, Sunday, or Saturday, yeah. And also I hear Saturdays are super busy for the coasters, but for other days it's a little bit more lean. This is less lines, so Saturdays are gonna be busy. If you can only come on Saturday, I totally understand, but also it's just gonna be busy. So Saturdays are super busy. If you're gonna come on a Friday or on a if you're gonna come on the Fridays, a lot of times Fridays and Saturdays, those should be until 1 a.m. and I believe Thursdays and Sundays are the events open until just midnight. So just a heads up as well about the time here. And this is also gonna be an area where there's a DJ and whatnot. There's also a DJ up in the front area, the Margarita as well. If you're just looking for some chill music, there is specialty foods and all that. And now let's go through some of the houses and talk about the houses that we went through the other night, and also just like what you're gonna want to experience here and what time some of the stuff. But yeah, you can see the scare actors are coming out. But yeah, we're gonna stop right now. We're gonna go on to the first house we did last night on Sunday, which was Carnage. I do want to point out that Carnage and Saw have the longest waits from what I've seen. So if you want to do those, make sure you do Saw or Carnage like instantly at rope drop, or wait till the end of the day when there's way less lines. So here's Collins. This is the inside of Collins. I'm not going to spoil all of it. You can go check out my POVs if you want to see that. All my videos out here. You got this gentleman having a great time, just wanting to make his artist choices there. So this is Collins. It's a new house. They have a lot of cool effects. They have some good sets. That's a big thing. And there's lots of good energy in here as well. So yeah, definitely check it out. It's going to be, once again, Collins and Saw, though, had longer lines. This took me till 7:30 to get off. So I would recommend coming either later or rope dropping them, whichever order you really want to do. Collins is the newest one. And right here in this room, there is this little bouncer here. This guy right here is going to mark my hand right here. You might not be able to see it, but he just marked my hand with the Carnage mark. The mark basically is supposed to have Carnage interact with you differently, but I have a camera. He doesn't like cameras, so I don't know. I don't think it really makes much of a difference, unfortunately, for me. But a lot of these have some really cool set pieces here that you're going to be able to see. There's this fake city and stuff, and it's just really an awesome in-set piece, and I hope we keep seeing more epic stuff like this. Carnage is definitely worth going to check out. Definitely better than the house that was here last year. Let's move on to the next house after this. And I will point out, so this is the Wizard of Oz. As you can see, there's the Open Road. This is the Wizard of Oz scale zone here. There's a bunch of different sliders over here that are monkeys, along with other characters like Dorothy, the Tin Man, the Lion. All the classics are here, of course. And yeah, I just wanted to point out, here's Dorothy killing us right now. And I just wanted to point out, this is free if you don't have anything at all. Like, if you don't have it, you can just walk around here for absolutely free. So if you want to get some free spooks, here it is. Now, obviously, though, it enhances your experience to do the houses, but I'm just pointing this out. This is over near Twisted Colossus, and you got a bunch of cool characters like the Scarecrow. Shout out to the Scarecrow, always a fun time. But yeah, now we'll move on to the next stuff, which is probably talking about how Saw is just really busy. And right here, yeah, Saw has a huge weight. If you see it like this with multiple turnbacks, don't do that. Like, just don't do it. Sorry, I don't know why I only took 2 seconds of video, but that video of the Saw, if you see a long line that's going to take you over half an hour, I would just come back later. Or once again, if you're a local, come back and rope drop it. Now we're going through Trick or Treat, which is very Halloweeny. This is my favorite house. Now, it can depend, though, I will say this, on staffing. Like, every house here, it's all about the staff. Is the staff energized? Are they ready to get you? Are there enough of them and all of that? If there is, you're going to have a great time. Sometimes it's just nice to walk through these sets, though. These awesome, really cool sets. I do enjoy the Halloween vibes of this one a lot. And this one, while not officially a new house, they rearranged it for it's basically a new house in a lot of ways. Really awesome. If you're a fan of Trick or Treat, I would hit this up. Normally, because of its location over at Riddler's, there's not big of a line, but sometimes it does happen. This one would be the one I'm most willing to wait for, though, because I just enjoyed this one the most. It's got some fun, scares and all that. And it seems like they keep rearranging it every night that I go in, so they're different. If you're feeling like a more fun zone, this is Thunderbolt Alley. This is a new one as well. The guys are super great, always to talk to, at least to me. They always ask me about my camera and whatnot. But they're always a good time to talk to. These guys, they seem to like to talk. They want to do stuff. Oh, I need to zoom out. There we go, zoom out. But yeah, they got some really good makeup, and they're really fun to talk to. So yeah, Thunderbolt Alley is greasers, bunch of old stuff over here. So go over here and chat with some of the guys. Say hey to them. They're really fun. And this year we have Nightmares. This is the Alice in Wonderland area, though, this year. And it's super cool. I really like the extra theming here we have of all the super colorful chess pieces and cards and all that. Super fun zone. I believe it's the hair, because I think the White Rabbit looks different. But there's a couple of characters here. Alice, the Queen is on the stilts and whatnot. If you see the person on the stilts, that's her. I believe that is Alice. And yeah, they've all gone mad here. So yeah, check it out. If you like Wonderland, I think you should like this zone. All right, moving on to The Conjuring, which is right next door to Alice in Wonderland's area over here. It's a good house. Got some solid scales in here and whatnot. There's a good amount of actors this year and whatnot. And some of it really, once again, comes down to the casting. I'm not going to give away one of the best scales in the house, though. Is 100% based on, is someone there? And are you in the right rotation, basically? But overall, it's a fun house. You should enjoy it if you like The Conjuring. The line hasn't been too bad, but this one has in the past gone larger line. So just a heads up, you might want to hit this earlier than later. Or you might want to hit it really late as well, depending on the lines that day. But yeah, Conjuring, go check it out. It's a fun house. Also, at the top of the hill, next to where Superman used to be and whatnot, there's Willoughby's Resurrected up there. Go check it out. It's a classic house. It's been out for a long time, since I've been going to the event. It might be the last season for it. So go check it out. It's my 4th favorite house, I would say, this season. So definitely worth a check out. Hasn't had long lines yet from what I've heard from the team members or when I've seen it. So, I don't know. Go check this out whenever you have time. There's also a small scale zone up here, too, on the top of the hill when you're walking towards Superman. There'll be a couple of creepy people walking around. So just a heads up. They are in the dark and fog, so watch out if you're up there. And we also have an area based on the Day of the Dead over here. This is also, I believe, where they might do some kid stuff during the day as well. And then there's also a carnival for Carnival of Hell as well. So yeah, check these out. They're fun little zones. They normally are staffed well enough. You got this guy with the hat, which are hat attack. And then yeah, there's some killer clowns and other fun costume characters over here in the carnival area. So yeah, check these out. They're kind of near the front of the park, near the Looney Tunes area / the train area in the park. And now up here, there are 3 classic houses in the front of the park. So this is basically when you enter the park, you go just completely right, and you'll find an area that is normally behind the scenes. This is Vault 666 over here. It's a classic house, been around for, I want to say, almost 10-ish years at this point. Super fun. Once again, well-staffed this year. They did a good job with it. Go check it out if you can. It's a fun time. It's just another one of the fun classic houses. There's no IP or anything attached to it. It's just a lot of good spooks and some good dark rooms and some also rooms with some spooky gentlemen walking around. Condemned is also up here. This is a haunted house that's just all haunted of a bunch of spooky people in here chasing you around this labyrinth of a house. It's just like, old, look at that spooky house with a bunch of people inside. A great amount of scares in here going on right now. Staffing is really good. The actors have lots of energy, some fun boo holes to kind of go and things they can hit on to make some loud sounds and whatnot and just be creepy. Very fun right here. So yeah, go check it out if you can. It's right in the front of the park, right next to the Vault 666. And yeah, there's lots of stuff. Also, some of these houses have stuff like this. You're about to see, yeah, I have to duck under. So just a heads up, you do have to sometimes do some physical maneuvering. And Truth or Dare is the next one over here we'll talk about. It's like a game show kind of thing. They have a little pre-show here, and they actually have 2 rooms, which is kind of cool because that allows them to kind of split people up really quick and make it where just more people can get in the house and also have a fun little pre-show because, sometimes they want to do theatrical stuff. This one has a lot of like physical set stuff that's just going on, a lot of characters jumping around and whatnot. They just have some good effects and whatnot going on with just people flying around the room and whatnot. And yeah, I also want to point out here that there is a part where, like, if you're very claustrophobic, do not go through this house. There's a part where, like, there's just, there's this, like, you have to walk through an area that's very claustrophobic. Not going to be fun for everyone. So just a heads up on that one. But very well staffed this year. Enjoy Truth or Dare. I also want to say Trick or Treat. Truth or Dare. And yeah, that's all the houses that we can talk about this year. And then we can talk about some more of the scare zones and some of the shows next. All right, and here's the Devil's Triangle. This is in the front of the park. Basically, right when you walk in, though, if you go see Unleashed, which that's the show where all the monsters come out, that's at 7 p.m. every single night for the event, at least so far. And so, yeah, basically, you might skip this one first because it is in the front, so it might be your last scare zone, depending. But there's a bunch of pirates over here, Vikings, lots of lost sailors, because it's supposed to be the Devil's Triangle. It's supposed to be something like the Bermuda Triangle, where there's a bunch of monsters and stuff out in the front. This is kind of a crow zone / the Grimlaw's Ridge or whatever. Officially, this area is really fun though. These guys are always like super fun. They're normally pretty talkative and stuff like that. They're fun actors and stuff like that. They're showing me off the food they have right now. Oh, nummy. So yeah, come over here if you want some more gross, interactive Halloween fun stuff. And this is over near the carousel and also kind of like going towards the Alice zone or going towards Rapids or Tatsu. And nom. And I do want to point out here for wait times, we were seeing stuff like nothing really over an hour, but that can depend. I talked to some people, they said they got on X and like half an hour-ish. So yeah, think about some of the lines might be half an hour, but for the super popular ones and some of the other ones should be just basically walk on. So kind of follow the map, follow what you want to do. If you're only coming here once, I would definitely have a day pass and try to hit things in the day and night to get everything that you want done. But yeah, most of the stuff like Justice League and most of the other coasters are going to be walk on.
Ladies and gentlemen, the category is Monsters.
This is Margarita's Monster Ball. If you guys want to check out the full performance, please do. But because of copyright, I'm just going to stop it right there. I gave you a little taste of it. But this is a great show. I love the line package on this. They did a great job with the line. Both the backup dancers and the main dancers and singers all kill it. It's a pretty fun show. It's about 20-ish minutes, maybe a little bit over 20 minutes. It's got a couple of songs. I think it's got like 5 song numbers altogether. It's kind of based on some drag kind of like aesthetics. There's no drag or anything. I'm just saying like that's what they were kind of basing on. That's even what the creators said. It's a really fun show. Lots of dancing, singing. It's appropriate for all ages. I saw little girls that were like 10 or under just having a blast the other night too. So yeah, and here's Margarita and her friend Tequila. They're both really fun. And it's just like a fun show. So go check it out. It is standing. There's no seating. But it's a fun little show, and it's normally at 9, 10, and 11. But check the show times on the app just to make sure.
Stood still.
And here we are. We are at the Slayer show. This is at 10:30 most nights. Once again, check your app to make sure on show times, though, to just go down onto the Six Flags Echo Ask any attendant to help you out. But yeah, the Slayer show, super fun. This year, the Slayers got a lot more involved in the creative process here, making the show. So it's a super fun time. Go check it out. It is a little bit later for me sometimes. Sometimes I don't want to stay till 10:30. So I would love it if they moved up the time to like 9:45 or something like that. But anyway, it's a really great show. If you're here late till 10:30, definitely go check it out. It's a great time. Slayers, it's over in the DC area, over near Carnage as well. You can ask once again an attendant if you don't know exactly where that area is, but it's definitely worth your time. I would show up, I don't know, if you want a front row spot, you got to show up at least over half an hour early, I would say, for the most part, unless you get lucky, and it depends on what's getting crowds. But if you don't care about where you get a spot, then yeah, show up at any time. Just, it's normally about 10:30 every single night. And yeah, go check it out. I got the full video on my channel as well. And my last little tips and tricks and whatnot. Make sure you bring a water bottle at least that you can fill up. Something you can fill up with water, because sometimes it can be really hot. So as you've been there all day, make sure you have a water bottle of some sort. Something to fill up with water and whatnot. There are DJs like I was just showing there. There's one in the front at the Margarita area and one at the Carnage area. So go have a fun time with that. Just overall, have fun. Be kind to the actors. Be nice. Some of them won't want to take pictures. Some won't want to be on video and whatnot. So just do your best to just enjoy the event and whatnot. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And basically, the thing is this: if you have an annual pass, you can come into the park at any time. And you can do the scale zones and shows and all that are free. If you want to do the houses, that's an extra $25 or $100 for Express. Express is more recommended for like Saturdays and other busier days in the season. Most of the times you can probably do it unless you really hate waiting lines, which to be fair, Saw and Carnage I've been seeing getting some pretty long lines, like 30 minutes to an hour. So definitely there's some lines sometimes. But overall, have a good time and just have fun here. We got a bunch of fun, awesome scale zones here this year. The people running the event obviously care about Halloween. They've been doing great this year. I really appreciate it. Definitely a super fun year. It surprised me on just how well they did this year, because last year it was just sometimes a little bit of there was some nights that weren't the best. But this year, they really stepped it up, and they have some awesome designs, monsters. And I just think, to me, the scare actors are what make this event. Obviously, the people behind the scenes have also done an amazing job, but the scare actors are why I come back. They give it a variety. They're allowed to talk. They're allowed to act. They're allowed to do some things differently. Now, that doesn't mean HHN doesn't have some of this. The Crows obviously get some freedom, and so does some of the other actors. But these guys really get to talk here and just like show off their scary chops here. And yeah, so I would really recommend this event to anyone who's a local, especially if you're an annual pass holder. There's almost no excuse not to at least check out the scale zones and the shows, unless you really don't like it. But this event will be running on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and some Thursdays. Most of the Thursdays are in October, so just go check the calendar before you head out, because the park is not open every single day. But yeah, hope you guys liked this video. If you did, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff, hype up the video. Also, let us know in the comments below any tips or tricks or anything you really enjoyed about the event and telling people to avoid. Till next time, everyone, safe journeys.